Welcome. In front of me is a Nokia 1.4 and today I'll go over unboxing along with a quick overview of this phone. Now obviously you can probably kind of see that this isn't necessarily a brand new device based on the box that is in an atrocious state, but anyway, everything else should be in here, so I guess this will work just well enough, as the motto of the company would be probably. So anyway, let's get started with opening it up. So yeet that box out, and here we got a phone, and under that we got a charger that I cannot use because this is like what, a UK charger, I believe, and I'm in the well, let's say Europe, but in Poland, which we don't use this kind of charger. And then we got a cable, some paperwork underneath here, and some ejectable, and that's about it. So toss that to the side. And we got the phone itself. Let's just power it on. Okay, here we go. And while it's turning on, let's go quickly over the specs. So this will be like just a super fast way of going through it. It's a 6.5-inch display with a 720p resolution, IPS LCD with an 84% screen-to-body ratio, which you should be able to see in a second, and 269 pixels per inch. Nice. And then in terms of the cameras, at the back we have an 8-megapixel wide sensor and 2-megapixel macro, so in reality we only have one sensor, which is the 8-megapixel, and the 2-megapixel shouldn't be used for any reason. And at the front we got a 8-megapixel wide sensor as well. Now it apparently was 80% screen to body ratio, but boy does that not look like 80%. As you can see, we have some chunky bezels around, so yeah, that's a little bit kind of not the best. Additionally, max brightness looks to be absolutely just atrocious. Yep, that is max brightness right now, and the camera is set up to be kind of exposing images a little bit more. So this is not bright, just so you know. Even though on the camera it might look like it is, it's not. Now anyway, moving on further, we have a 16, 32 or 64 gigabyte versions of this device, and respectively it goes in RAM as well. So we have 1, 2 and 3 gigabytes of RAM. All of them are basically absolute garbage. There is no reason for you to go for 1 gigabyte RAM, absolutely none. And to be fair, the only option that I would give you is the 3 gigabyte RAM and get rid of everything before that. And there is, if you want to have any experience on the Android device that isn't just breaking you on a fundamentally mental level, don't go for anything below 3 gigabytes of RAM. And anyway, moving on to the next part is going to be the battery, which in here we have, where is the battery? Oh, there we go. 4000 milliamp hour battery. Now, that's kind of also where this phone starts to fall apart. I mean, if it already wasn't. I introduce you to the super outdated micro USB charging port. Have fun charging this device at what, 5 watts, 10 watts maybe? Let's see what the charger is actually. Obviously it's going to be in the tiniest text. No, it's 5 watts. Right over here. Hopefully you can maybe see it. And I just turned off the light. There we go. Camera, can you please focus? There we go. So hopefully you can kind of see it right here. So it is 5 watts. So yeah, it's absolutely garbage in this regards. The inclusion of a micro USB is just baffling to me. At in about 12 hours it will be 2022, and seeing this port right now just kind of ruins my day. This thing is so outdated that it has no reason to be on even a vaping devices. Let's call them that. So yeah, I absolutely hate this port. And for $115, I can't recommend this because there are better alternatives. Maybe not from Nokia, but from some like Chinese brands like Xiaomi. But still, what you get for that from Xiaomi for $100 and what you get from Nokia are two different things. And number one, what you will get is a Type-C charging port, unlike this trash right here. So yeah, that's one thing. And number two, usually Xiaomi packs a little bit more specs into their device with such a price. Here we are rocking a Snapdragon 215 with 1, 2 or 3 gigabytes of RAM for a 2021/22 year. This is absolutely pitiful. A watch has more RAM than this phone. So yeah, there is absolutely zero reason to go for this. And putting that more info out there, like I mentioned before, there are better alternatives, and all of them will be better spec'd for the same price in almost every single regard. Now, screen resolution, like this one, 720p, for this price is quite common. And the battery life also quite common, cameras also common, but in general, this device is underwhelming. It has everything at the lowest side and nothing that kind of stands above, unlike some other devices that try to, I don't know, for that $100, cram a little bit more into certain cases. Now, just to clarify this, this is primarily for Xiaomi. There is a couple companies that do budget phones. Huawei is also one of them. But again, I cannot recommend Huawei. It doesn't even come with a Google Play Store. This one at least does. And in addition, Xiaomi, I believe, comes with Android 11 nowadays, while this one has Android 10. So yeah, that being said, wouldn't recommend this device. Truth be told, I wouldn't actually recommend any budget device. That is kind of my consensus right here. I would recommend you to spend maybe $50 more, which I do understand when it comes down to a budget device, this is 50% off the phone that you have to add additionally to it. But you will get a far better experience with just dropping a little bit more money into it and getting some specs that will help you use the device in just a much easier way. The most budget phones might be the cheapest ones, but they're most certainly not gonna do anything good or even just anything that I would consider usable. Now this device, when it sets up, obviously it will work, but once you start using it, it will start slowing down. So the more you install on it, the worse the experience will get. And that being said, that's why I wouldn't recommend it. So anyway, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.